Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the 11th through the 20th of July. This is a new shirt I got. It's just about, drinking Long Island iced tea. I like Long Island iced tea. Let's get started with your reading. I repel any and all negative energy that comes to this reading and I return it back to sender. Um, so let's get started on your reading. We're starting off with the Archangel Michael cards. Usually I save these for last, but I'm going to do these first this time. And the first card you get is use your imagination and you'll see the answer. So my prayer, dear God, thank you for granting me the wisdom and creativity to see your miracles in new and unexpected ways. I gratefully and gracefully accept and appreciate your help. And then you describe the situation. I also meant to say before I started this reading that, as you know, I have an Etsy shop. Well, somebody bought the Thoth Tarot deck, so that is sold out now. I will be shipping that out tomorrow, okay? So whoever bought it, I'm shipping out your stuff tomorrow. So there's some sort of situation you're going through, and you have to use your imagination to see the answer. Maybe someone's not telling you the truth about something. They're not being completely honest about something, okay? Um, let's clarify this. Some of you are unsure about a situation that involves children because we are getting a card about children in here, and your children are being watched over by angels, and God is in charge, okay? So God is taking care of your children at this time, regardless of whether they're adopted or with someone else. God is in charge. And of course, if you do suspect abuse of any kind, I encourage you to report it. If your child is in foster care, for example, and you think they're not taking care of your child the right way, I would report it or get a private investigator. So whatever path you decided to take, you're on the right path at this time, but that right path includes you exploring your options. So some of you are encouraged to leave a past person and explore your options. And this is your life's purpose, and lean on God and the angels for support. So even though you may have been involved in a bad past situation or a bad relationship in the past, it was the catalyst to you going towards your life's purpose and focusing on your work. Some of you, in order to get away from someone, you need to do some energy healing work because we have energy healing work and detach from the situation. I know for Scorpio lately, I've been getting a lot of stuff about cord cutting rituals and things of that nature, but it's more than just doing a cord cutting ceremony. Sometimes we have to prepare for a cord cutting ceremony by making our energy right, vibrating at a higher frequency, making our energy right so that whatever work we undertake will actually work, right? Some of you need to clear out your chakras. You need to do some chakra healing meditations or chants. I personally like the chanting, but that's just me. And doing this energy healing work is going to help you vibrate at a higher vibration so that you can detach from this situation, okay? You see in this card, we have an angel, but he has a sword, and he's able to detach. He's like flying above whoever was giving him a hard time. So for some reason, I'm picturing like a hot weather balloon. It's like the more your frequency vibrates at a higher rate or a higher level, I can see you like slowly lifting up into the air and detaching from this person. Okay. Any more advice from Archangel Michael? We have new beginnings and a fresh start. Make a commitment to this new beginning and fresh start. And honor and trust your feelings. Okay. Honor and trust your feelings. Okay. So just because you start something new doesn't mean you need to give all of yourself away to somebody. Honor and trust your feelings. Still have boundaries. Let them know that you don't like certain things and let them know what you do like, right? So that's all the Archangel Michael cards. we have for this reading. But yeah, you need to use your imagination so you can see the answer to the solution to your problems ahead. It's not just about, figuring out what someone did or didn't do. You need to use your imagination to see how you're going to solve the problems that lie ahead of you or how to get away from your past problem or issue, okay? Now we're going to get into the main spread. We're using the Last Unicorn Tarot Guide. We're using the Last Unicorn cards. So for the first 10 days of July, Scorpio, we have the Knight of Coins, okay? Somebody was slowly approaching you, or you are slowly approaching someone. Knight of Coins. I like the Knight of Coins because even though the Knight of Coins moves slowly, that's the only knight that's really going to get anywhere. All the other knights, they just like to play games. The Knight of Wands is a player, the Knight of Cups is non-committal, and the Knight of Swords is that very critical person that you wouldn't want to be with anyways. You wouldn't really want to be in that energy either. So we have this Knight of Coins. I think this Knight of Coins is actually you. I think you're headed towards your wish fulfillment. You're moving very slowly because you know that when you rush into relationships, they don't last long. And so some of you are taking daily action in small, significant ways towards your personal goals or wellness routine. Soon you'll begin seeing positive changes in your health or bank account. Remember to rely on stable friends or family members when you need support. So this night is all about stability. It's all about stability and, doing what you need to do for you. Um, so you're on some sort of pathway the first 10 days of July, doing what you needed to do for you. You have learned all the lessons that you needed to learn, Scorpio, because we have this world card. It's like a whole new world for you, okay? Whatever you're going through, it's like a whole new world for you. Like the world is your oyster, the world is yours, Scorpio. You have completed one phase of life that will propel you into the next. Celebrate where you are now and take time to think about how far you've come. You have reached your goals and can revel in feeling proud of yourself. And you know what you want, Scorpio, with this Two of Wands. After all the challenges you went through, you have an idea of what you want. And what you want right now is to stay to yourself. With this Four of Coins energy, you want to stay to yourself. Some of you are focused on saving money at this time. You're slowly saving money. It's not much. With this Four of Pentacles here, you might save around 1 or 200 a month. You might be saving small amounts of money per month, but you're building up your finances. And if this is not about finances, you're making small steps towards your goals and your dreams, whether it's saving a little bit or losing a little bit of weight. You could be saving a little bit of money or losing a little bit of weight. So that was the first 10 days of July, okay? You basically taking charge of your life, you being the leader in your life. There's a new sheriff in town. You're not putting up with anybody's crap. I like the way this witch looks in this card because she's holding on to her pentacle, but she's looking to the side almost as if like she doesn't have time for something. You could be looking back at a certain person that really gave you a hard time, but like you don't have time for them because you're protecting your pentacle, like she's protecting her pentacle. Now for the middle part of July, Scorpio, we have the Nine of Cups. Some of you could be drinking. I'm not saying you have a drinking problem, but some of you may be having a hard time with letting go of someone. If this is not your energy, it could be your person's energy because energies can be reversed. The Nine of Cups is also about, emotional fulfillment, wish fulfillment. So if you're not a drinker, this just means that you're like stable in your emotions, right? Like you're stable in your emotions. You're emotionally secure. You don't need anyone emotionally, Scorpio. Your health is getting better this week, and you're welcoming overall feelings of happiness and joy. Make a wish and continue to follow your intuitive guidance on your path. This card signals abundance in all areas of life. Okay, so some of you are getting better, like you're getting healthier. Like, I don't know, but for some reason, I'm thinking of someone whose health got better when they left someone. Maybe someone you were with caused you anxiety problems. And after you cut this person out of your life, the panic attacks went away, the anxiety attacks went away. You started feeling whole and better within yourself. And we have the Page of Coins. So even though you may have had someone that hurt you in the past, this person ultimately didn't change who you were. You're still a loving, giving person. You're still a reliable friend. Maybe not to the person you cut out, but I don't think, you'd deprive them of food if they needed food or something of that nature. But whatever they did not change you. You're still a very reliable, trustworthy person. Some of you could be going back to school. You're beginning a new creative project, health routine, or wellness practice. Stay steadfast in your vision and know that the beginning stages can often be frustrating. Listen to your intuition to guide you to the next practical steps to propel yourself forward. This kind of reminds me of what I was talking about earlier with that Four of Pentacles energy, like small goals that we have. There could be some sort of small goal you're making this week that is helping you with feeling healthier and wish fulfillment. I actually saw a commercial today on the TV about Tony Hawk and how Tony Hawk he takes statin drugs for cholesterol, and I was surprised because Tony Hawk is very active with his skateboarding career, but he takes statins for his cholesterol, but those lower CoQ10, so he also has to take CoQ10 for his heart. And it made me think about how I take Cholesta off for my cholesterol. I don't really take statins. I don't take statins. I take Cholesta off from Walmart, which is a natural product. Some of you could be taking natural products or doing something different to help with your health this week. We have Eight of Swords. You're kind of trapped in your head, though. I think because this is like the beginning of a big journey for you, you're not really sure where it's going to go. Okay? Some of you could be cutting out, different foods that are bad for you. Me personally, I want to cut out cheese. Like, I know cheese has calcium, but I feel like I could get calcium from like almond milk or oat milk or something like that. I feel like I need to stop eating cheese because it has all that saturated fat. But yeah, you're kind of stuck in your head, okay? What did I say? It's like there's somebody that's it's hard for you to let go of them with this Knight of Wands energy. You're stuck in your head about a Knight of Wands, okay? I think you're over this person. I just think maybe you're worried that they're going to try to come back in now that you're happy for some of you. For the last week of July, we have the Hierophant, the Hierophant. So, you may deepen your spirituality by studying healing modalities or courses in the foundations of spiritual knowledge. You may even teach healing arts or offer spiritual guidance. Be open to a teacher entering your life. This may come in many forms. Some of you, if you're like joining a gym or some place like that, you may be getting a teacher coming into your life, maybe like a personal trainer. We have the Queen of Swords. I think this is your energy. I think you may be teaching people the last week of July. Queen of Swords. You're standing up for your beliefs and you're sharing your wisdom with others. Focus on using logic and reason rather than on relying Focus on using logic and reason rather than relying on emotional expressions, but beware of coming off as harsh in your delivery. We have the Hermit. You're spending a lot of time alone the last week of July because you're focused on your healing with this Star card, okay? You're focused on your healing. Your attitude for the middle week of July is the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands. You're very busy in the middle of July. Maybe you have a lot of projects. Maybe you're working on a lot of different things. Um, you're having fun in your own way. Some of you may be wanting to spend time in nature to rejuvenate your energy and spirit before returning to your responsibilities. Take initiative to work on healing any blocks to your self-esteem and sense of self-worth. You're becoming more confident, which will lead to immense personal growth and improved relationships. We also have the Sun. Some of you could have Leo in your chart. You're very informed. You know the truth about a certain situation. You're very enlightened in the middle of July. It's like you know how to handle someone. Maybe you've stopped accepting calls from someone or texts from someone. We have the Devil. I think this is basically just you being obsessed with your intuition and your gifts, because we also have the High Priestess. So you're very focused on loving yourself at this time. You're very focused on loving yourself. Some of you could be obsessed with certain dreams that you've been having. You're trusting your third eye chakra. What's influencing you at this time is the Two of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a soulmate. Let's see, Two of Cups. Some of you could be deepening your spiritual practice or diving into a hobby, which will lead to new connections based on mutual interest. Some of you are feeling loved and supported in your life. We have Queen of Coins, the Four of Wands. I think there's someone that's talking to you at this time that's serious. Maybe they want to get married to you. Could be an earth sign with that Queen of Coins. And Knight of Swords. This person wants to come rushing in, whoever this new person is. Your obstacle for the middle of this month is the Ten of Coins. Some of you have an inheritance or you have your own home, and that may be holding you back from being with someone. All right. We have the Three of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So you feel very happy where you're at right now, Scorpio. You like living at the place you own. If some of you own your own place, you're doing a lot of resting and a lot of healing with this Four of Swords energy. So your obstacle is that you really love everything you've worked hard to get to where, you're not willing to leave it for anyone. Like you're not willing to move in with anyone. Maybe you don't even want anyone in your space because you worked so hard to get to where you're at today with all the cups energy and resting. The outcome for the middle week of July is self-love. Ace of Cups, self-love. being connected to God, being connected to Source, loving yourself. Oh, God. Let's look at that Ace of Cups. So you're focusing on self-love and taking time for yourself. New opportunities and inspiration for personal development will appear for you soon. You will soon feel increased enthusiasm for your spiritual practice. The reason why you're focusing on God at this time and on self love is because you've been hurt in the past. We have the Three of Swords. Someone could have ghosted you or they kept ghosting you. For some of you, this could even be childhood issues. Maybe some of you have been hurt. You were hurt as children and then it kept happening for years and years and years. And it disconnected you from God, and you're finally reaching a point where you've cut all of these people out of your life that hurt you, and you're finally being able to connect to God and pray to God about your pain. So I don't like these swords being in Scorpio's heart, so I'm going to do what Rambling Mike does, and I'm going to say out, out, out of Scorpio's heart, out of Scorpio's life, out of Scorpio's read. And we have this Wheel of Fortune, okay? For some of you, a lot of this pain came because you had fortune, or you may be starting a new cycle, okay? You're definitely starting a new cycle. Some of you went through a 10 or a 20-year cycle of being hurt by different people. So leaning on your spiritual practice will help you through times of sadness, using self-reflection as a method of understanding the lessons behind heartbreak and disappointment will empower you to get more in touch with yourself, okay? And we have the Two of Coins. You're also keeping very busy at this time. Some of you could be going to church multiple times a week or attending different social functions multiple times a week, praying to God multiple times. What you don't see coming this week is the Five of Cups. A lot of tarot readers read this card as, regret. I don't necessarily read it as regret. I read it as someone crying. So you may have like episodes where you just start crying for like, I wouldn't say no reason at all, but maybe something on TV or on the radio reminds you of someone or something in your past. And you just start crying, like having crying episodes. Um, where you just start crying. So the grieving process is necessary for you to move into your next emotional phase of life. Isolation, sadness, and depression should be acknowledged and treated with compassion. Have patience with yourself. So if you're staying inside the house a lot and you're watching tarot readings like you're doing now, and you have some tarot readers that are telling you, well, if you want love, Scorpio, get out of the house, get out of the house. No, like you need to grieve the past first before you can move on to a new cycle. So have patience with yourself. It's okay to be depressed and sad and feel your feelings. But if it ever gets too bad, as far as depression goes, of course, consult a professional. But there are professionals online that you can consult if you want to. We have the Seven of Coins. You are growing at this time. You're growing, you're saving money, and you're able to save money because no one's hurting you or using you at this time. So you're very close to seeing the tangible results of your efforts, so don't give up now. Your daily self-care or spiritual routine is slowly bringing about the changes you've been hoping for. Stay positive and grateful for the small promises you keep to yourself since they compound over time. And we have the Lovers, which to me is another card about, self-love, you loving yourself. And we have Judgment. You're making a judgment to love yourself. You're taking time to love yourself. What I was trying to say was some of you may have been in a period where you loved yourself for a long period of time, and then you went through a series of relationships with people who didn't love you. But now, based on that judgment card, you're coming back into loving yourself again for a long period of time. The advice, Scorpio, is the Ten of Wands. You need to release heavy burdens that don't belong to you. Okay, somebody was trying to drop some heavy burdens on you that don't belong to you. This could also mean to keep working hard towards whatever you're working hard on. Five of Swords, you need to stand up for yourself, okay, Scorpio? And the Six of Wands, and you will achieve a victory, right? So I want to look at some other stuff in here to see what the cards say in the book. So, with the Five of Swords, take time for self reflection around feelings of anger and ask yourself what they can teach you about your personal power. Conflicts with family and close friends can help renew those relationships if you dedicate your energy to finding the root of the hostility. Actively expressing hurt feelings often leads to improved communication, okay? So, with that Six of Wands, that basically talks about you leveling up. You are leveling up. And with the Ten of Wands, the reason some of you are in the situation you're in now is because you said yes to too many people, yes to everything and everyone. So you need to create boundaries and say no, okay? Because it is much more sustainable than taking on the weight of the world, okay? So, you need to set boundaries with people, get to the root of why you're angry, and you will level up, okay? You will level up. Um, So that's all I have, Scorpio. I don't know what was going on with your situation, but I hope things get better for you. And if you would like to buy any tarot card decks from me, I am going to put my link to the Etsy shop in the description. Well, to my Etsy shop in the description, and you can check it out. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming to these readings. I know sometimes it's kind of boring, when I read from the book, but I like looking at the different perspective of the book because I can see, the different perspectives as far as spirituality goes, instead of reading from romance all the time. But yeah, you're just very burned out at this time, and so I would recommend just resting and taking care of yourself and keep doing whatever it is you're doing. But it's up to you what you do. Don't let a tarot card reader or cards tell you what to do with your life. But thank you and take care. Bye for now.